Ahab was the seventh king of divided Israel, the son and successor of Omri. Omri was an astute politician and successful military leader who came to the throne by a coup d'etat. His son Ahab was married to Jezebel, daughter of the Phoenician king Ethbal. This indicates that Omri was interested in political success. King Omri had built Samaria, and thanks to an alliance with the Phoenicians, he and Ahab had brought the northern kingdom to the peak of its economic, political, and military strength. These advances came, however, at a price of amalgamating various religions and socio-economic polarization the prophets considered fatal for the community's religious and human future. Like father, like son, King Ahab is criticized for following the ways of his wife Jezebel in killing his subject Naboth. Queen Jezebel arranged to have Naboth judicially murdered because her husband King Ahab coveted Naboth's land. This action set in motion the ultimate destruction of the Omride dynasty. When Hazael, king of the Arameans, revolted in Damascus, as Elisha, a prophet and wonder worker, had predicted, Jehoram, son of King Ahab and the king of the northern kingdom of Israel, made an alliance with his nephew Ahaziah, king of Judah. The two kings set forth to take Ramoth Gilead from Aram. The battle failed. Jehoram was wounded in the fighting, and he withdrew to Jezreel to recover. Jehu was a commander of chariots for the king of Israel, Ahab, and his son Jehoram on Israel's frontier facing Damascus and Assyria. When the captains of the Israelite army were assembled away from the king's eyes, the prophet Elisha sent one of his students to the gathering. Elisha's student led Jehu away from the others, anointed him king in an inner chamber, and then departed. Thus Jehu accepted the invitation of the prophet Elisha to lead a coup to overthrow the dynasty of Omri. It is interesting to note that religion had an almost decisive influence even in these times, once characterized by prophets and wonder workers. This coup originated with the prophets of the time. With the chosen band, Jehu proceeded to Jezreel. King Jehoram tried to flee, but Jehu fired an arrow, killing him. King Ahaziah managed to escape but was mortally wounded and died shortly after in Megiddo. Jehu commanded the palace eunuchs to throw Jezebel, Jehoram's mother, from the palace window. Jezebel was killed and Jehu drove his chariot over her body. Her servants later came to bury her, only to find the dogs had eaten all but her hands, feet, and skull. Now master of Jezreel, Jehu wrote to command the chief men in Samaria to hunt down and kill all of the royal princes. They did as ordered, and the next day they piled the 70 heads in 2 heaps outside the city gate. Ahab's entire family was slain. Shortly afterwards, Jehu encountered the brothers of Ahaziah, nephews and cousins. Jehu then slaughtered all of them at the pit of Bethel, 42 men in all. Jehu's act was to honor the God of Israel, since Jehoram's mother, Jezebel, had allowed pagan temples to exist in the kingdom which is forbidden in the law of Moses. The biblical account frequently invokes the avenging the blood of Naboth, whose vineyard, Ahab, Jehoram's father, had taken by force. The death of Jehoram, pierced by an arrow from Jehu's bow, the ignominious end of Jezebel, the slaughter of Ahab's 70 sons, proves how faithfully executed was the divine command.